What's up everyone and welcome to the club. In today's video, we're creating a portrait illustration of Thomas Shelby from Peaky Blinders. Creating portrait illustrations of people can pose a real challenge, and the biggest challenge is capturing the right proportions and expressions. So we'll do our best to capture the essence of this character by setting up our drawing with these guidelines. Let's start at the very top. We're going to sketch a line coming down the center of our page. Start from the very top. It's going to work our way down towards the bottom. Now along the top, let's add another line going across from left to right. We're going to place the eyes just underneath this line. Now we want to create a gap in between the eyes. So from that center line, let's move over toward the left. It's going to sketch a line coming down. Let's take that same distance over towards the right and do the same thing. Now over on the left side of that line, we're going to draw an oval. We're going to start from the inside, go up towards that center line, come around, and then in. Let's do the same thing on the right. Just drawing the same sized oval for the eye, going all the way around. Now, like I mentioned at the beginning, the most important thing is to capture the right proportions. Let's move down the center. I'm just going to mark off the bottom edge of the nose. So right about here, draw a straight line going across. And then from the ends, just going to angle up and in towards the middle to create a triangle. From the bottom of the nose, let's step down, sketch a line going all the way across from left to right. And this is for the mouth. Now, I'm going to add some shape around the outside of the head. From the outside of the eye, let's step out towards the side. Draw a straight line coming down, go to the right side, step out, and do the same thing. Now I want to go back and add a little bit of shape and detail to the mouth. Let's start with the upper lip. We start with a V, going up, angle this down and out towards the side. Now from the corners of the mouth, I'm just going to curve the lip, coming down and then up. From the bottom of the lip, let's step all the way down to right about here. It's going to mark off the chin with a straight line. Let's go back out to the jaw. We're going to angle the head, coming down and in towards the chin. Now let's go back up to the top. We're going to add a curve, going up, across, and then down towards the right for the edge of the hat. Now I'm going to line up with the bottom edge of the eyes. Draw a straight line going out on either side for the ears. Come straight down. Angle this down and in towards the side of the head. Now let's layer the hat in behind. We'll start from the top corners of the ear, angle this up and out towards that line. Now I'm going to connect the ends with a curve. We're going to go up, go across towards the middle, come out and down towards the right. Now we can come back and just readjust the shape and volume later. From the jaw, we're going to step in, draw two straight lines coming down the side of the neck. From this line, curve this down and in towards the middle of the collar. Let's go back out to the base of the neck, slope the shoulders, coming down and out. Now that we've established the rough sketch, I want to go back and lightly raise some of these guidelines. And this will get us a better look at the proportions. Okay, now we're going to use this rough sketch as a guide to help us add some more detail and refine the shape. Now I want to start with the eyes. I'm just going to lightly go in and draw the eyelid. Starting from the inside, we're going to curve this up, and then bend that down towards the outside. Let's do the same thing on the right, going up, and then bending that down towards the side. Let's draw the bottom of the eyelid, coming across and in. Now I'm just going to add a little bit of detail going around the eye, starting with that fold. Now I'm going to lightly block in the iris and pupil, going in underneath the eyelid. I'm just going to raise that eyelid up a little bit along the bottom. And then along the top, I'm just going to block in the eyebrows, going up in an angle. Just going to work our way across the side of the nose bridge and then come down the side. Now in the nose, we're just going to add a little bit of detail to separating out the nostrils, starting from the center. Just going to work our way around the side and up. And now I'm going to move out and just add a little bit more shape to the cheekbones and the side of the head. And pull the cheeks in on the side. And then round out the jaw. Add the edge of the hat brim going across. And then we can go back and just modify the volume and shape of the hat. Go up to the middle, add that button along the top. I'm just going to add a few folds going around the side and then in. And I'm going to go back and just lightly clean up our drawing before we add some more detail and shading. Now we can go back and just readjust the placement of the eyes. If they're a little bit off, we can just go back and just shift them in, adding a little bit more shape going around the eyelid. And then come down across the bottom. And move over and do the same thing on the right. And then I'll go back and just darken everything up. Just darken up the contours, going around the eye, starting darker along the outside. Now I'm just going to add some lashes, just pulling this up from that line. Now let's work our way around the outside, coming down towards the bottom. Let's add the bottom row of lashes, coming in. Move over and do the same thing on the right. Starting off dark along the top, and just layering the lashes along the side, and working our way across the bottom in towards the tear duct. Just add those lashes across the bottom. Back and trace the outside of the iris. Add a small highlight circle on the top left side of the eyes. And we'll add a smaller circle in the center for the pupil going in behind that highlight. Darken up the pupils. Just feathering that out around that highlight. And we can go back and just darken up the top of the iris and then fade that down. And you want to make sure that we go around that highlight. Now I'm just going to trace out the eyebrows. And a little bit of texture along the inside. I'm just darkening that up and then working our way out. And we want to make sure that we raise the nose up just enough towards the eyes. And just go back and just detail out the nostrils, adding some more shape and just darkening them up. And just working our way around the outside. I'm just going to add a little bit of texture inside the lips. Just adding these vertical lines going across. Just going a little bit darker along the outside. Do the same thing across the bottom. Now we go back and just detail out the side of the head. Starting with the cheekbones, coming in, and work our way down towards the jaw. Just gonna add those folds inside the ear. Not getting too detailed with this. Just gonna start with that trim along the outside and then the inside. At this stage, you should have a pretty good idea if your drawing looks pretty similar to your subject. So you can go back and just darken things up. Just add some more detail. I'm going to move to the flat edge of my pencil and start adding some shadows. Let's start from the top, just working our way around the side of the eyes. Let's darken up the eyelid, come across and in towards the side of the nose. Now the hat's going to cast a shadow along the top of the head, so we'll darken that up and then fade that down. Now the head's going to cast a shadow across the neck, so it's going to darken at the top and then fade that down. Let's go back and just darken up the bottom edge of the hat brim and then fade that up towards a little bit of a highlight. We're also going to darken up the bottom of the hat and then fade that up. Now, as we get near the end, we're just going to tighten up our shadows now in a little bit more detail, and always be sure to sign our artwork, and that's pretty much it. There's a sketch illustration of Thomas Shelby from Peaky Blinders. Now, today's lesson was one of our biggest challenges. Capturing the look of real people can be one of the most challenging things, but with practice, you'll start to pay more attention to the small details. If you enjoyed today's lesson, please make sure you subscribe because I'm posting new lessons every single week. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Hey everyone, if you really want to discover your artistic potential, then join our Club Masterclass membership. For just $1 a month, you'll gain instant access to exclusive members-only drawing tutorials, virtual art camps, and much, much more. Join our thriving community of passionate artists just like you and let your creativity soar. So just click that link in the description and I'll see you in the club.